I want to escape the hustle and bustle of Osaka's city centre, avoiding the touristy spots, as beautiful as they are. I really want to discover the real Osaka. I'm taking my camera, following a Google Maps pin that I found on Reddit, and I guess we'll see what we find. Arriving into Senbayashi on a Sunday morning, it felt much more familiar than I expected. Sure, there's a family mart. There's always a family mart. Things are quiet, and I'm the only tourist around. At first, I wasn't sure how welcome I was. I was smiling and bowing to anyone that acknowledged me, but understandably, not everyone was quite so keen. I'm completely in love with these narrow local commercial streets in Japan. You have restaurants, shops, people can walk, ride bikes, and cars squeeze down the middle of them too. That little parade, I'm not sure what that was, I'm gonna have to look that up when I get back, but that was not part of my plan. That just happened to be on my walk from the metro station down to where I'm going. That was a pleasant surprise, that was interesting. After doing some research, it looks like this parade was part of something similar to Tenjin Matsuri, which usually takes place in July, but I made this video in September. So, who knows if that was related at all. One obstacle I've really struggled with being in Japan is obviously not being able to speak Japanese. Sometimes I really wish I could just download skills like in The Matrix.
I know Kung Fu.
I know some basics like thank you, hello, please, stuff like that, but I don't know anywhere near enough to be able to confidently ask to take a photo of someone's dog and like complete that transaction of conversation. So I was so relieved when the universe finally threw me a bone, figuratively speaking. Just as I spotted this Shiba Inu in an open garage, the owner arrived on her bicycle. She said hello in a very friendly voice and said dozo, which I later realised is another way to say please, as in go ahead. So I made myself comfortable and captured this bit of video and a few images of the dog. Quieter streets like these aren't my usual style of photography, but I do enjoy this slower pace of shooting. Being somewhere new, I feel like I appreciate the little differences to what we have back home much more. Whether it's the layout of these narrow little local streets, or the laying out of plastic bottles filled with water. Apparently, this is a way to keep stray cats from hanging out and peeing on your doorstep, which is quite funny. Surely not this little cat though. No, you wouldn't do that. We've already had one cat and one dog in this video, which is pretty good going. This dog may even end up in my portfolio, which I share using the sponsor of this video, Squarespace. If you don't have a website for your photography, you are missing out. It's your unique home on the internet for your fans to enjoy and support your work. Squarespace removes all of the headaches. You can even choose to create a fully custom website with Blueprint AI, tailored to your style and personality. You can update your fans easily via an email newsletter, using Squarespace's email campaign tools. You can write, publish, and view analytics right in your Squarespace dashboard. Try Squarespace for free at squarespace.com. And when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/GeorgeHolden to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. I don't know if it's too early in the day for a Picari sweat. I think I'm going away from the vending machines. Yes. So why did I choose this particular spot to shoot? Well, I found this subreddit all about people trying to find fishing spots in Osaka, and I found two spots in particular that looked promising. One was over by Osaka Bay, but the risk was that there's not that much else over there. It was like this one fishing spot, a bit of a park, but not much between my journey from where I'm staying to Osaka Bay. Whereas I found this other spot next to Yodo River that had like suburbs and a park going all the way up to the fishing spot. So I thought this was my best bet. Originally, when I wanted to do this little micro project, I wanted to have like a North Star image in mind, like a reference or something I was aiming for, but I couldn't really figure one out. I didn't really have one vividly in my mind that I was searching for. So I kind of went into this with very open eyes, open mind, like let's just shoot whatever and see if we come back with anything. I'm really glad that I actually came down here in the end. So I wasn't too sure like whether to go here or over to Osaka Bay, but I thought around here we would have a little bit more of that kind of community vibe. It's much closer to like suburbs and stuff. I didn't want to risk trekking all the way out to Osaka Bay for there to not be many people fishing. But it seems as soon as it hit about 12:30, it's about 12:45 now, half the people have just left. I'm guessing it's lunchtime, maybe the fishing gets worse. I don't fish, so I don't know much about like how good is it in the afternoon. But this was really interesting. I was really glad to come down and sort of hang out where locals are hanging out, doing an activity. That's what I've really kind of been craving, because the more that I go into like the touristy spots, I don't know, there's not an awful lot happening a lot of the time, apart from like chaotic street stuff, which we all love. But it's nice to actually come out and spend time photographing where people are actually doing something. This whole experience of just going to like a specific spot with maybe local activities to try and find some photos away from the touristy centre was honestly so rewarding that I'm very excited to do this again. And the next place we're going to is one of the most densely populated cities on the planet. So who knows what that's going to be like. And I'm very excited to try and find interesting spots to go and shoot in Tokyo. I think it's going to be a challenge, but a challenge that I'm very looking forward to. And as much as I like to shoot, normal street photography, just going down busy commercial centres, different areas with interesting architecture, stuff like that, going somewhere away from the tourists, away from like the busy commercial tourism industry, and going towards these more like quieter local areas just feels like you are properly seeing a place. Like that one morning down by the river, seeing people fishing, honestly, I had more little interactions there with locals than I have the entire time been in Osaka so far. And people are talkative here, you can talk to people a little bit, but going somewhere where people are just up to something, I was very much the odd one out there, but I didn't feel uncomfortable to be there, which was also a really fun experience. But I want to know, did you enjoy this video? This is very different to stuff I've done recently, but really this is more of what I wanted to do with going on this trip. I find myself having fallen back into camera videos a little bit recently, just because there was fun, used camera shops to go and buy cameras from and to make videos about. And I don't mind a camera video now and then, because they are fun. It's fun to nerd out about a bit of kit if you're excited about it. But apart from that, I don't want to force them for no reason. And this sort of video to go out and explore a place, take you along for the ride, and hopefully get some good photos in the process, has been a lot more rewarding. So let me know your thoughts on this video in the comments below. And if you have any tips, suggestions for topics or places to go and shoot, maybe in Japan, maybe elsewhere, I'd love to hear from you. And if you want to see a similar-ish video to this, here's one I made actually in Manchester, I think early last year. And it was a nice, fun day of 35mm street photography with the Sony RX1.